Uh, Hello all you lovely computer scientists. Today we're going to be showing off nested selection. This being selective statements, ifs, elif, else, case match, inside another selective statement, another if, elif, else, case match. This is useful as it gives us more freedom with how we use our conditions. It makes makes the code more readable as it splits the conditions up on multiple lines rather than just one line, as well as having the computer run faster as it's doing less comparisons per line it's running through. Instead of doing one big comparison, then another comparison, and then doing sub-comparisons. Yeah. Oh, right, yeah, I was, oh, God, before I was in the sun. Okay, so, in Python, you will usually use selection, right? Your if statements, your elifs, your else, your case match, you'll use all of those. And usually with selection, other than the simplest programs, you'll have multiple conditions. So let's say we have variable equals 10, and name equals input, right? Yeah, so we'll set that. They might have the first condition based on the variable. If variable is greater than 5, something will happen. But you might want to do something different based on name. So if name equals Bob. If name equals Bob, variable gets times by 2. And then else variable gets times 3. Now, why this is useful is it can keep the code very much more concise, because right now you can see that it would still be pretty concise if we put that on one line. So let's see what it looks like if we put it on one line. Okay, we can see it's still pretty decent, right? It doesn't look super messy, but when you start working with bigger variables, sub-function results such as turtle x score or math.trunk, you'll see that this line could get this long or off the screen. And especially if it's got ifs and elifs, which all use similar conditions at a base, you could spread it out and make it more concise, right? I'm just going to quickly run this. Say my name's Mike. I'm not making a print variable. Alright. Print variable. And obviously make these properly equal things. Say if the name's Mike. Bang. Variable equals 30. Say the name's Bob. 20. Both these ifs have the same higher condition, being that the variable is greater than 5. But they're different in the lower conditions, for this being the name being Bob or the name not being Bob. We could do this in longer statements with variables greater than 5 equals like that, and we'll just print test 2. Oh, got to put speech marks. Test 2. Say it's Bob. Test. Say it's not Bob. It's Mike. Test 2. Now, obviously, you can see that 1 is a lot more readable, right? This would be more readable than this, right? Well, let's remove the print statement so that it's equal. You can see which one's more readable. And that's amplified with more and more and more conditions. With just one big condition, one lower condition, it's relatively simple, so you might want to do it all in one line. But when you get into hundreds of conditions, no, not hundreds, but like 10 conditions. Say you've got a character in a game, you want to make sure that they're next to another character, that they've got an item in their inventory, and that they're a certain gender. If you think about how much that would be to put all in one line, that's pretty long. But if you do one by one, it splits out, because then you could have Ali near the character. Thank you all very much for watching the video. I do hope you learned something. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and especially comment, because I love learning how you learn, and learning how you learn helps me teach better, helps me have you learn better, which helps everybody in general, and it's an amazing thing to learn better. Thank you very much.